All right. All loaded up, all loaded up, all loaded up, all loaded up. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 2023 Gainer, what's happening? Zombie Cow, what's going on, man? Pablo, what's happening, man? Emmanuel, good morning. Welcome back, my friend. Congratulations, guys, on these plays, man. Congratulations on these plays. These are looking fantastic. Eric, what's happening? Looking fantastic today, man. Welcome to the squeeze on the market. Roasted bear left and right. These bears ain't doing too good right now. I don't know. I just trying to offer support, some sort of moral support for these guys because this is looking a little dicey right now. Just to let it be known. There's a lot of pain out here in these streets. When anybody want to go short, thinking they want to call the top, but they don't do that. So much pain. Shout out to Pac. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, sir. We're back. J. Cole, what's going on? You got stopped on the SPY? All good, man. All good. It was a little bit of a dip. In that quick dip this morning, that was it. This is a fake out. It never broke this trend line, or never broke this setup here, which was tough to watch. Right, this was the setup. Kind of waited a little bit, took a little longer than normal. A little bit after 10 o'clock, dropped down. Buying pressure came right back in. Wanted to push it up, but this is kind of why we want to continue watching those blue chips, man. There's no way these blue chips are running, and the SPY's trying to dip back to 540. All good. Held on to a couple. I know you were in on some other stuff, man. But in my opinion, I think you well balanced out, my friend. Congratulations, man. I know the SPY deal, it's all good, but I'm pretty sure you're looking good elsewhere, man. Can't catch them all, but as long as your wins are bigger than your losses, that's the name of the game, man. May your wins be bigger than your losses, and all your losses be lessons for bigger gains down the line, right? Congratulations, guys. No doubt. Asad, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I think it's my first time seeing your name here. Appreciate you stopping in, my friend. Eric, what's happening? You got into APP? Huh, we'll see what that's about. Take a look at that in a little while. Appreciate everybody stopping in on the stream. Make sure you're hitting that like button on the way in while we go over a couple charts. But, man, did we get the move that we talked about yesterday? You guys were here. 545.75. All right, was going to be the deciding factor. Once it broke through, you were going to get a squeeze on the market. And we are seeing a squeeze indeed on the market. High possibility, high probability that we're going to be hanging around here, probably hitting 545. I think we might have even drawn this out yesterday on the stream. I can't remember where I did it. It might have been with the Discord in the morning. We talked about potentially breaking upwards and having a move kind of hanging in this area for a little bit to confirm whether or not the SPY wants to actually go up. So I am looking at a move potentially as high as about 555. Can touch 560. Maybe head and shoulders to come back towards 540. So right now we're just going to kind of watch it for a little bit. But right now, whoever was caught in that crossfire on that move right here we discussed yesterday, breaking 545, the squeeze has officially pushed through. And now it's looking like the SPY wants to come up. Try to test 554. Again, first level of resistance would be back when the Tesla Google situation happened here. Up to as high as just about this area, which is going to be this 556, 560 range. Right in this range here. Again, based upon all-time highs to decide what it wants to do. Will it double top up there and try to push down? We'll find out when we get there. However, I do believe a move coming up towards about 550, 560 range. With a potential momentum cross coming in, going into OPEX. Oh boy, interesting. All right, can we get up there? If we get up there, you will see it hanging out there, and bears are going to get out of their positions. Is 620 ready to happen yet? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. Once again, appreciate you guys being up in the room. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already. Aside, definitely going to take a look at AMC. We'll get to that. And I'm going to take a look at APP and see what's going on next there as well. But SPY is looking good for continuation, in my opinion, in case anybody grabbed any calls. And in Discord this morning, we jumped in on some calls for Microsoft. Microsoft went up as high as 70% for 420 calls. All right, up in the Discord this morning. Grab some of those. Grab some SPY calls, short-term 551s. Those are looking good still. Took a little off the top, but still holding on to those for continuous runners. All right, so it's a fantastic day already. The idea for the Microsoft call, I'm holding in for 420 calls for next week. A little pricey, but I believe because of this move on the SPY, we will see continuation on a lot of the blue chips. NVDA, obviously back above 120. Fantastic to see for upside. All right, coin is still doing the thing. I closed my coin calls, but I think coin is going to 210 in just a little bit here as well. Let's see here what else we got. Let's take a look at AMC, because AMC is just hanging out here, and we were discussing this in the Discord this morning where AMC currently is. All right, it is currently in a very interesting spot. Just bear with me real quick while I go ahead and pull up this chart. All right, the last time we saw it hang around this spot on 2 different occasions, we got some pretty big movements. Just a matter of time before it actually happens, which is the real issue that we're dealing with, is the timing. Right, it's continuing to hold this thing sideways. And it's because we're dealing with major resistances. What are you going to do? All right, no volume is coming in. We're just stuck at a standstill with the bears and bulls. Right, this is kind of, we're just meeting in the middle. No one wants to capitulate, unless they were on that side of things where the capitulation is now showing only 65% of retail holders are still holding compared to the 90% it used to be. But I digress on that. However, in this situation, we are in a spot right now where we're like right there. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, it's all we need is a little bit of a flame to this gas here, this gas can, man. This thing is going to explode. Now, I'm not talking about a straight up 1000% shot. However, I'm talking about a nice move up. All right, a nice move up from where we are currently. All right, a nice move up could be 70%, it could be 100%, somewhere in that range. 70 to 100%, generally speaking, is typical for an AMC move. All right, but right now we're just kind of hanging out. We're still above the channel to the upside. Nothing has really changed in the AMC's book besides the date. Pretty much, that is the only thing that has changed, is the date. Time keeps getting pushed back by the sideways trading action, but we are still above this ascending trend line that's moving upwards. As long as the stock is pointing up, that's all we need to see. All right, it's pointing up. It's a matter of time before it just continues to break to the upside. Just got to give it a little time. We'll go over more in detail on that. But once again, make sure you're hitting the like button on the way in while we go over this thing in detail. Bear with me 1 second while I do a quick move here. Bear with me just a minute. Got to keep my eyes open on positions, so please bear with me as well. GME is looking great, though, by the way. 1 second here, guys. All right, so Microsoft kind of hanging out here. GME is looking good. SPY is continuing up. Not concerned with SPY going anywhere. Again, I talked about 551. I'm in 551 calls on SPY, and we're about to be in the money on those. All right, it was 1 DT and 0 DT. All right, let's take a look on 1 or 2 things. Bear with me, guys. Hopefully everybody had a great yesterday into today. Data basically was used this morning to satisfy this move that we expected on the market. And boy, did it move. All right, market's already up almost 1.3%. That's a big move on the entire SPY. Right, that's huge. So do keep that in perspective. All right, GME. 1 second here while I multitask this thing. All right, GME is retesting that level of resistance that we've been up against here, which is at 2237. All right, it's making a nice upwards channel. It came now back and retested 2237. I'm looking for GME to go and start to push, finally get towards that $23 mark, which is on the way. So keep an eye on GME. Great spot to be adding positions. I would not play calls technically. Currently, I would just continue to buy shares like crazy if you can. Be continuing to average in. This GME still, it looks good. It's going to take a while for it to reaccumulate. But GME, once GME accumulates, you know what goes down. All right. It will also coincide with AMC. Just again, we're bouncing between a 5 cent, 10 cent level. Like I said yesterday, between 513, 515, $5. It's just getting higher and higher and higher. And AMC is looking to get a golden cross up in just a little while, guys. So we're watching for that to happen on the daily. Most likely by the 19th, it'll be confirmed. And all will be right with the world. All right, just bear me a few more seconds here while I get this all situated. Again, appreciate you guys being here in the stream. It could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. Totally appreciate that. All right. A few moments here. All right. So, back to the conversation. Who else is up in here right now? Oren, what's going on, my friend? Welcome back. We're trying to get this move happen ASAP, man. T.I. is back in the building. Shout out to the boy Tip. One of the Atlanta Generals. Anyway, I see T.I. popping that club. Shut down the whole bar talking about this is my city. Yeah, I get it. All right, let's see here. So this is AMC, guys. This again talking about AMC. We're just waiting for 515 to really get a clean hold above it. We're just continuously just trying to break out, but it will happen. All right, which is what we're paying attention to. I'm still watching my positions, so please do bear with me, guys. I got open positions. All right, last thing we want to do is take L's while I'm having a conversation. All right, so watching these. So keep in mind of that. We watched INTC starting to recover quite nicely. All right, we talked about this in Discord. One of my guys in Discord, Pablo, you're in here as well. Watch this move here to $21, $22 off this reaccumulation to the upside. All right, it's 551 on SPY. So these calls are now officially in the money. All right. Looking fantastic. All right, took some off the top. I only got a couple SPYs left. 1 DTEs are now up 15%. Not volatility. 25%. And just keep pushing. So it's great. 33%. Let's freaking go. And excuse me, the 0 DTEs up 33%. And then you got the 1 DTEs are now up 18%. So it's going to keep rocking those out. Because I think we can get up to about 554 today if we can cleanly break this level I have marked off, which is 551.39. All right, this first happy face. All right, 551.39 is the one to break. If you break that, you're going up here at 554. No doubt about it. All right, let's see here. So AMC, back to that conversation. So we're going to look at the daily real quick, guys. And I'm going to show you where we're at on this. And you let me know what you think about that. We talked about it briefly yesterday. And we're in the spot where this is about to happen. All right, this is going to happen. Now, how it reacts to it is the other part of the question. And let's hide the drawings. The last time we were in this position on AMC where we were hugging up against the 30 on the daily. 30 moving average. All right. If anybody remembers, was there for Judge Zern. If you guys have been around long enough, pretty sure everybody that's in here has been around quite a while in terms of the AMC setup. All right. See this white line on the daily? That's a 30 moving average. All right. You're forming an ascending setup here into the 30 moving average and hugging up against it like this, like crazy on the daily. The last time we did that on 2 different occasions, you have a major run up that happens on AMC. And I want to point that out here. This is back in the Judge Zern setup. This was last July 21st, 2023. All right, so just remember this little setup here, this white line where price is now located, pressed up against it like that, okay? We're going to move down here. All right, hugging it. Check that out. Ascending support, kind of higher lows, pressing into this 30 moving average. You briefly broke above it. This is back when? May of 2024. All right, so just a couple months ago. You pushed up against it. Pressure came through. Volume broke it right through the upside. All right. Watch that 30. Look where we are again. See that white line? That one. We are officially above the 200 moving average on the daily. Okay? Above the 200 moving average on the daily, which is sitting currently at, it was at 515. It is now currently at 510. Our price is above it. And look at that white line again. Just holding above it, like pressed up really tight on this level. And that number currently is $5.15 again. All right, so we have a bundle of nerves just sitting here waiting to just explode. So it's possible we could potentially get an after hour, not today, going into next week sometime. An after hours push sometime at some point in about next week. We also have OPEX happening this week. So we're in a spot right now. All right, we understand that. Now, I'm not saying, again, it doesn't have to go 100%. However, we're in a spot where the stock can move 70 to 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens within the next week. We just got to wait. You know, with this has to play out. Now, we want to also point out as well that we have a situation where we are about to experience, again, we talked about it yesterday on the stream, in about a day or two, a confirmed close on Friday. By Monday, we'll have an official golden cross, 50 moving above the 200, which has not happened officially since way back in January of 2021. So there's a lot of things that are happening here, from momentum, EMA, just Fibonacci ratios, patterns. Everything is saying that this thing is ready to pop. However, the only thing that hasn't officially happened yet is volume follow through, because that's their key control, is volume. All right, even with this move here, back in 2021, January 2020 was actually February 2021. You had that same cross we're talking about now. Even with that, the daily did move up. Yes, it was a continuation going into June. We talked about that as well. But even with that, a couple of days after that cross took place, all right, which is February 18th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days, 100% move. You see that? Also, look what's also in the way. This white line, this 30 moving average. It's also in the same area. So you got the cross, you got the 30, all in the same location, erupted it. Now, again, I'm not saying you're going to go run 100% in one shot. But looking at past performance to predict future outcomes, we're in that spot right now. Okay, it's just very tight, moving side by side. Even back here, you can also see this little range here. Look how long it stayed there. These are days. This is a daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is all after the buy button removal. About a week or two before it started to make its way back up after this cross. So again, we're just watching what took place already, taking into consideration, watching volume, and it's got to be patient, guys. It's on its way. I know a lot of questions constantly pop up with AMC and its current location, what they can expect. But the situation is a situation, man. I think we're very close. All we need is that that flame to turn on next to this gas can, and it's a wrap. Mob, what's going on, my friend? Welcome back to the stream, man. All right, Jacked, what's happening? What's happening? We should get some news or something soon to justify the move. I would believe it. I would totally agree with that, Jack. Welcome back, my friend. But we are like right there, man. I mean, this can't get any tighter. I don't think there's much way to get tighter than this. After that happens, maybe probably a week later, we'll probably see a move. Generally, it will happen pretty fast, probably about a couple days' time, at most. If it's not next week, it'll be the following week. There's no way that this stays down here much longer. It can't happen. I mean, it can. You know who we're dealing with, but it would suck if we did. I'll say that much. All right. But that's basically all on AMC, man. So we're going to wait. We're going to continue to watch and wait and let this thing play out. Let it do what it does. All right. And we're going to continue to make money elsewhere so we keep buying into the position, man. Stack and build, compound, profits in pockets, and then go back into the plays that we like. Simple as that. All right. So let's go back over here to these other plays. Watching this pretty intently. All right. As we talked about a couple different times, NVDA. Forget about it. NVIDIA wants to go back up. NVIDIA just broke through some major levels as well on a daily. If you have NVIDIA running, you can't keep the market down. This is no way. It's the biggest stock in the market. If NVIDIA is going up, the market's going up. If NVIDIA is going down, the market's going down. And then followed by Apple, and these blue chips in general. Apple also squeeze territory. When I say squeeze territory, I mean upward push, and Apple is the best, still to me, the best looking stock right now. I've said it several times. Best looking blue chip. I'm not gonna say the best looking stock, but best looking blue chip currently. All right, and it's just holding. It's inching its way back up. We've been watching it since about 210, and it's just been climbing up the entire time. I know it's still low on lower volume, but that's based upon other things. Overall, I still see Apple heading up towards that level, which is 260, 265, right, for this wave. But it's a matter of time till we actually get there. And also the market conditions have to allow for it, right? We can't just expect it to go that way without the market actually following along. So let's keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Up in my tunes. All right, there you go. Old school pun. All right. Appreciate you guys once again being up in the stream. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribing if you're new. All right, let's do it. Hey, Wade, what's going on, man? Yes, it's dead right now. For now. Until it's not. That's the thing. I'll give it another week or two, and this thing is going to pop. I don't know if you caught it. Maybe just run back real quick through the last couple minutes. It's easy to hate on it, man. It is so easy to hate on it, because it's, look where it's at. Look where it's been through. It's the easiest stock to hate on, and then, there's a lot of people that are just jumping on that hate train. I mean, it's easy to, and then also people have lost faith. Right, it's just part of the game. But this is how institutions play you. All right, they keep it down for forever, get people to sell, turn it from 90% retail owned to 60% retail owned, and they own it 30%, hoping to shake a few more folks out just by boredom. Buy your shares, and then they run it right back up to all-time highs, which still, for me, in my opinion, is still on the table. It has not ever changed. The only difference is the time frame, and people seem to be more concerned with the time frame than they are with the actual move, right? Like, and this is the thing: when. All right, it's not about when; it's about, is it going to happen or is it not? But I know people are in different situations. I know, but if somebody told you that you were going to be a millionaire in 2 years, or tells you you're going to be a millionaire eventually, what would that do for your mind frame, right? I don't know. That's up to you to decide based upon your current scenario or what you expect. But something to think about, right? It's just how it is. But in this case, in my opinion, in my belief, based on what the charts are showing us, AMC is going to go right back to where it was. There's just no way around it. Now, again, it's a little bit different. The chart is different in structure, right, compared to where it was because of reverse splits, all these things, all these variables. But ultimately, you're going to go right back up. And you will recover everything that was lost if you did what you were supposed to do as a buyer or a holder or whatever. But it will take time, just like all stocks do. But they don't all stay down forever unless the fundamentals support it. But like I've said before, we have been in recovery zone for weeks now. All right, just like, because we're still holding above this 30 moving average on the weekly. It's not ever ended. And this is exactly what we talked about with the situation on Carvana. All right, we see where Carvana is. I got to keep using that as the best example that we can find here. Got to use Carvana because that's exactly what Carvana did. Got into recovery zone and has not looked back since. Carvana, I'm expecting to go to 160 probably in the next couple of days. All right, we talked about this moving to about 200 very, very soon. There's that recovery zone. See that white line again on the weekly. Never looked back. Held that support on the weekly forever, the entire time. So, excuse that as an example. Is what it is, man. All right. Looks like Mark took down B. Riley, and it's smoked. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but let's see. Best I can do is next week. Best you can do is next week. When Lambo? That's the question, man. The key idea is when. That's the key mentality is when. Nobody's patient. All right? But I get it. I totally get it. But 160 is coming on Carvana. It's gonna happen. I'm not concerned with Carvana not going. There's no way it doesn't go. All right. Should have hopped in some calls yesterday. Regret not doing that, but we got in other places though. Not really concerned too much. You miss one, you can't catch them all, but we make money all over the place. There's opportunities every single day, right, on the markets. All right. Who asked you about CNK? Eric. CNK is just reaccumulating. Hey, Bang, what's going on? Welcome back to the stream. All right, we should be getting some news or something. Yes, okay, did see that one. All right, AMC gap up tomorrow after hours and pre-market Mondays when it likes to gap up on Fridays and Mondays, Jack. So yeah, it's highly possible on AMC. Where it's located right now is nuts, and it's just hanging around and just sitting at it, like just taunting people. All right. All right, so let's go back here. Let's go, just making sure I'm not missing anybody's comments. I'm trying to make sure I answer everybody as fast as possible here. Or as accurately as possible. I don't want to say fast, but accurately, because I do take everyone's mentions or comments or whatever is being talked about seriously, all right? All right, let's see here. All right, SPY looks 560 in depth to me. It does. And we talked about that. Wait. So it looks like 560 is going to be where you probably get to. All right. High possibility on SPY. Let me go back to SPY real quick. My first happy face is about to be hit. All right, 551. I love these happy faces, man. 551.39 is about to be hit. That's the first happy face. Second happy face, 554. 50, just about 49. All right, now the volume has been this low. Absolutely, Jack. I totally agree with you. Just no volume, just like a dead stock. Just nothing. All right, and that's what you need to see that prior to big moves. It's a tight space. There's nowhere to go, and it ain't down. All right, I'm gonna say that again. It's not down. so if you ain't going down, it's only one way up to go besides sideways. All right, we've done that for 3 months. Now what? Up. All right, let's hurry up and get there. That's what we're looking for. Let's see here. CNK. So CNK looks ready on the 5 and 10 minute MACD. Let's go to CNK real quick. CNK key level has to hold and continue to at least pop back to it, accumulate, show some volume, some movement in that area. 26.54. That's the number. All right. As long as it holds above 26.54, I'm looking forward to eventually break into the mid 27 range. All right. You got a touch of it. Just again 20, pretty much on the nose. High today. What was it? Right there. 26.93 was the high of the day today, and that line has been sitting here. All right. It hasn't moved. That same line on the nose, 26.93 was hit today. Just how it operates. That was the high today. However, it just needs to hold above 21.54. It's getting ready. It's just setting itself up for the potential break. It is a retest now of this channel that we created yesterday. You guys remember that? If you guys caught the breakout move. All right. Now, what these actually will show you, this is the midline. This kind of continues on. And going to extend it out just slightly, not trying to lose the lines I've created, but just extending them just to show for sake of conversation. All right. We're watching this. We're watching a retest of this trend line. You also have an established. I've got to keep my eyes on these positions as well, guys. So, you know, don't mind me if I blank out for 1 second. All right. 551 on SPY, so keep an eye on that. All right, you see this again once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times tested. All right, on a breakout, which is again this little downtrend. Now you have a test of the most recent support. You probably have low volume, which I'll check out now, on this push down, which is exactly what you want to see. All right. An uptrend is also being formed from here. Continuous uptrend. So what do you have? Another potential breakout about to happen. And it's getting very close. So you're waiting for volume to, again, be dried out. You're holding supports. You've tested some lower supports. You're also now testing higher supports. You're in a trading range. And it's just a matter of time. But this is, again, these are operating on monthlies. So they don't have shorter term contracts. So you got to give it a little time to do what it needs to do. But once you get back above and start to break this downtrend, you're looking to go and attack this thing. But this is an accumulation pattern. All right. If you look at it from here, this is reaccumulation. You have just this setup, buying climaxes. You have spring tests, another push up, another test. And you're looking to hopefully get above here and then run back up. This is a reaccumulation schematic off of a high flag pole. So this is what you're dealing with. This is it. This is the actual move, and you're just waiting for it to play out. But up is the direction. It's just going to take a while to do it. The stock moves slow. But it's been moving fast for a while, but it's just now that people are catching on to it, right? Because we're talking about it here. I'm pretty sure it's probably moving around. But in reality, this is just setting up for another move that's going to take a little while to play out. And I think we'll probably see it going into next week or probably by the end of the month. All right, $27 calls, would be money. It's just a slow and steady grind. I think J. Cole, you picked up some more for I think in the Discord you said you picked up some more for September, right? So I think you're good. I think you'll be fine, man. No, I'm not worried. I'm still holding my 27s. Not really. I took some off I always take some off the top. I never hold the entire position the entire way. Sometimes I do. And when the bull market, right? If the market's bullish, you can make money hand over fist. But right now we're in a correction phase. So we got to pay attention to that. All right. Until we're not. Once we're not, then I'm like, hey, swing all day, because you make more money swinging than you do on day trades. And I actually prefer swing plays. That's why there was a time I liked the day trading setup, but I love swing plays now because, again, those are the bulk of your money, and you get to multitask when you're playing short term. When you're playing short term, you're like constantly this. You can't leave the chart. You can't walk away. You're sitting there like a Momo, just watching the charts all day long. It's cool, but you make the lion's share on these swing plays. But right now, you got to be fast in and out, watching everything, and setting your stop losses, taking profits constantly. You're moving and shaking the whole time until we get into that bull market phase again. All right, good stuff, J. Cole. Yeah, but GME is going to go. I think GME should hit 23 today, finally. All right, they're just letting this thing run sideways, just trying to shake folks out. But GME is looking great. I really have no fear on GME. Back to the upside towards about 23.50. Still waiting to get up here in this zone that we tested like 27 times. That's where I'm looking to get to on GME. All right, let's see here. So CNK's hanging out. And we just touched that level where the happy face is. I had him at 551.39 was touched. We had a high today, 551.42. So we basically touched this one. So this is correct. All right. I don't expect this to break that easy. I expect it to push back down a little bit because this is a major resistance. I don't have the time frame on this one. I have to go research it to double check. But I've had this line here probably for months. And it's still here. And it's still going to react the same way it reacted back then. Just how these charts work. Once you chart them, you can kind of leave them that way. You revisit them, and you'll see they're still respected the same way as when you first did the actual charting. How it works, man. I don't know why. That's the deal. But that's the whole point of charting and doing the technical analysis, understanding what you're looking at, and then trusting it going down the line. All right. Let's see here. 2250. CVNA is still pushing. I'm looking for CVNA to head towards 160, guys. That's the target on CVNA. I wouldn't chase it. I'm still in shares, so I just like watching it go up. I had a small position for 200 calls, but that whole thing kind of roasted him a bit. All good. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's go back. Microsoft is kind of falling off a cliff right now. Falling out. All right, so that's that. Did fall out. Let's remove this one here. But Microsoft was a fantastic play to start today. I don't think it's over, but for the short term, it's going to take a little chill pill. All right, let's see here. And I think, was it you, Pablo? You were in, here goes INTC for the recovery. We talked about this on the stream as well. I think, Pablo, I think this is the line we were talking about, which is $20.46. This can run up to $21, $22. All right, this is what you're looking for on INTC. It found its bottom. And we've seen this pattern play out a lot of times, guys. You guys have been here for a while. We've played a couple like this off of finding bottoms, right? Talking about this uptrend. We talked about it on Dell last week, and Dell went crazy, if you guys caught that Dell play. But you saw this high volume come in, the signified bottom, dried out volume, and then an increase in volume starting to show up to the upside, ascending triangle break. This thing is going to run up towards $21, $22. All right, so I think it was you, Pablo. If you're in on this, I think you're about to get your breakout coming up really soon. All right, and you're going to get that $21, $20 move. And we talked about this in Discord this morning, so congrats again. You're looking good. Looking real nice. All right. Oh, you're in shop. So it must be J. Cole. Who was asking about this? I think maybe it's J. Cole. All right. All good. But ultimately, you guys heard me say that. If you guys are trying to get this move, we obviously can see it. Here goes your opportunity. Even after all that stuff that happened with them, they lost a weekly level. There's still opportunity to make money on the upside on INTC. All right, so INTC is looking good for a move up to $21, $22. All right, so you're in shop, and shop is going nuts. Shop has been going nuts all day. So that's good stuff too, man. All right, September $20 calls. CNK, yeah, good stuff. Oren, costs. We'll take a look at costs, and I think Eric asked about APP, if I remember correctly. So I got a couple charts to pull up here, and then you can't. Wade says you can't see AMC running without the if they bring the SPY down by 560. It's the truth. I totally agree with you, Wade. I think by the time we actually touch, as the break, guys, of the 800 line that I have here. So on the SPY, so give it a minute. But right now it looks good. That line should hold resistance though. All right, this is the line I had, 551.31. You need to see it hold, and you need to see some volume to support it. And I think you're getting right up to 554. So I'll move this guy over real quick. And then I'm going to take a look at some other charts real quick. Because I think to answer your reply there, Wade, the way this is timed is, again, AMC will run up. So will GME, and then the market will dump again. I mean, it can. However, I'm going to keep talking about 620 as a possibility, as we mentioned several times. However, we won't know until we see how it reacts when it gets to 560. Because, again, we're not out of the woods yet. We're not back in full bull mode yet. We might be, maybe next week, if things look like the way they look. But we'll see. If that's the case, maybe that will justify the moving up higher on AMC. I don't know yet. But we're going to find out when we get there. That's why we watch this thing every day. We kind of take it little by little. Oh, yeah. Good stuff then, J. Cole. You're about to be good, man. I think if you talked about if you break, and you just broke it. So $22.46 was the resistance line you need to break. I think you're starting to get that breakout, my friend. So obviously the sector's doing good. You got NVDA doing good and all of that stuff there. So you're in a good spot. This is a recovery play. The sector's doing well. High possibility for this thing to actually make you some money, man. So congratulations. You picked them up this morning. You're looking good, man. All right. Let's go back. GME 2250. I want to see GME at 23 today. And cost usually runs before GME. Let me go and pull that up. And I need to pull up APP. Eric, I got you. All right, this is coming down pretty hard. Watch for 639 one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another test to the 639 area on CNK. Let me go back to what is it? KOSS. All right, there goes SPY. Here it goes. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad. I'm just saying. We not bad out here, are we? All right. You guys here every day, man. Car's up 8%. You don't say. You don't say, Cos. What kind of candles are these? Like, what is this? Is this how Cos use? I don't play Cos like that, but is this how it normally looks? This is the 5 minute looking like chicken scratch? Bro, let's go to the 1 hour. That is crazy. All right, let's take a look here. So Cos fell all the way out of its trend line, similar to GME. Right, they had the same setup, but oh, look at that. Discord guys, you know what this is about, this line here. All right, this is the 1 hour. That's good to see. Momentum cross. This can go up to about $8. I wouldn't be surprised on the 1 hour. Let's see here. Because is looking like a move. It's very similar to GME right now, where GME just came up. GME heading towards about $8. About $23.50 is going to probably coincide with it's moving up towards about $7.90, $8. So this makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Overall, it still looks, it's got like a lot of work to do. Very similar to GME right now. Some work to do to really start to get some numbers in. You're going to have a lot of problems at $8.98. For a lot of trouble at $9. Once you get up there, it needs to hang around up there for a while. But overall, cost looks good for its reaccumulation move. It's just going to take a minute. It's not going to happen all in one day. But looks great. I mean, it looks just like GME. This chart right here, I mean, literally is just a repeat of GME. I don't know this company. Don't know what they do. Nothing about them. However, I'm looking at the structure of this chart. It's like oddly identical to GME setup. And GME is doing the exact same thing. So again, if you would look at it from this perspective, just drawing it out, all you're getting is this. Whoop. That's all you're getting. I mean, all these lines and stuff. You want to keep it simple. That's what you're dealing with right here. That's it. You're just playing the bottom side. You'll do this. We can just keep it real easy. Probably do this. Eventually do this. I gotta retest probably this area here. 19, 20 bucks. And eventually get to about 28. We talked about 28 a few times. But what is this? An ascending broadening wedge. Alright. Then you're gonna come down. And at some point you'll probably fall off, break down, and then do that. At some point. We don't know. I don't know anything about this company. All I know is this pattern is starting to look like an ascending broadening wedge, which is getting wider, which will eventually hit a resistance line and then come down. Now, how high that is from this level, it's crazy. But we're going to watch GME do the same thing, but GME's numbers are so much higher, right? We know that GME still wants to go towards $200. Like that has not changed. It's just the timing has been delayed, in my opinion. However, it still wants to go up, period. So we'll leave it at that for GME. But this is the setup on this deal. All right, overall. Alright, let's see here. Why does that keep happening? Alright, let's see here. Bear me 1 second here, guys. So SPY is coming back now down to retest 551.39. Alright, I want to see this retest here happen in a little bit. It's probably starting now. You got this big pop in volume, which is going to probably signify a end of trend to the upside. So we'll probably come back down in a little bit and look for an end of trend on the bottom side, which I'm hoping for it to hold about 551.39. So calls went nuts already. Again, I got to keep my eyes on these positions while I'm talking and doing anything in between. Don't want to lose money while we're live streaming out here. Right. I'm pretty sure the moves, however, still got to keep your eyes open. Those 551 calls are still up 59%. All right, 59% on those 551 calls. The ones for today and the ones for tomorrow up 33%. All right, so this is looking good in general.
We believe that deep down inside of every investor.
Get out of here, algorithm. All right, there we go. So let's go back. Still hanging on to a little bit of Microsoft for next week. This is now down slightly, about 2%. Nothing crazy. After making 70% on the push this morning. And here goes CVNA. CVNA is pushing towards 160. I expect it 160, if not today, tomorrow. See, it's already at 5%. CVNA has the cojones to roll a 15% day, 12% day very easily. So nothing really worried about CVNA at all. So if you got some CVNA calls or shares, congratulations, man. You're looking good. Let's see what else we got here. Gonna go back to the chat screen. All right. Appreciate you guys being up in here once again. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel. Even share this thing, man. Let's get some more folks up in here, man. Let's get some conversations going. You know what I mean? Really appreciate you guys always being through. New friends, old friends, all you guys in between. Goes a long way for the support, as well as keeping the energy flowing. All right. Hopefully you guys making some money, as well as providing some value for you, or at least just chilling, having a good time, listening to some music. All right. That's what it's all about. Let's go back here. Hey, what happened to my chat screen? Oh no, they got me. Hold on a second. Can't see the chat. 1 second, guys. Okay, live stream and all right, cool. Okay, you got it, Oren. Let me go and borrow this here for AAP. All right, I think that's what it was, Eric. Up 3.9%. Advanced Auto Parts. Advanced. Oh, okay. I like this right here. 1, 2, 3 times, 4 times a quadruple bottom on the daily. Yeah. I'm just immediately looking at this thing. This is a quadruple bottom. Obviously a little bit of a breakout. So Eric. Emmanuel Thompson says Volkswagen Squeeze has that similar play. Yeah, Volkswagen was a whole different animal, but yeah, absolutely. You know, it's always the same setup. All right, once you start to see it, you're gonna see. Once you see the way broadly, this is Miyamoto Musashi. All right, if anybody does a little reading, if you want to do a little something, check out the 5 Rings. It's definitely one thing to check out. A book that I read a little while back. I try to remember quotes. I try to remember books, things like that. If I pass them on, if they do something for you, hopefully it does. But once you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. All right, that's basically the setup. So you see it once, you're going to see it all over the place. And once you start seeing it all over the place, you can take advantage of it every single time, as long as you now know how to operate. All right, the Book of the 5 Rings, nice one to check out. This is looking real accumulative. So Advanced Auto Parts, it's already making a breakout move. You can get a move up towards $65, $64, $65 pretty easily. So this is a very nice one. Here, Eric, so I think you're looking good, man. If I open up my EMAs, quite easy to see. Yep, $65. So that's quite easy. Right now you're dealing with a daily resistance here at 62.54, which you're actually above. So yeah, you're looking at $65, man. I don't really need nowhere else to put that, but $65 is on the way as a top target. But I would definitely see you got this volume shelf first and foremost to be concerned with. I'd say $63.88 is going to be your first target. $63.88 first target if you're in, but you got to give it time. All right, don't do it short. All right, you got to give it like a couple of weeks, and the market has to continue to go up to support it. But yeah, this is looking good, man. Wish I quoted earlier. Oh, APP. Oh boy, APP. So, well, we just found a breakout on Advanced Auto Parts. If anybody He probably wants to take a play. But APP, oh man, well you just found a play on advanced auto parts, guys. So that's another one for you. All right, I guess somebody wants to do some brakes, or balance and rotate some tires. Opportunities there for you right there, right? $65. So go ahead and look at Advanced Auto Parts AAP and go in. All right. All right, let's go back here. So APP, App Loving Corporation. I see a descending broadening wedge already off the 4 hour. Easy to see. With a breakout of the top side, but it also now has a little bit of a top side resistance, looking to retest $88 at some point in time, but it is above a volume shelf. So very low volume around here, probably, which is all-time highs. You're about to get a momentum cross on the 1 day if you didn't already get it. So this is looking to retest all-time highs. Well, they maybe not. Let me double check the weekly. What is all-time highs here? Nope, not all-time highs. So you're dealing with this can probably go. You're watching another step up in volume on the weekly. Obviously the week is not done yet, so let's go to the daily again. Great advertising, right? Yeah, man. But nah, it's looking good. It's looking good for a continuation. This is also, I'm gonna give you another example of this on a daily. Right, this is took a crazy fall for a long period of time, and let's just look at this again for the recovery zone, because we talked about this on AMC. We're gonna talk about it now one more time, and also on Carvana. So I'm gonna keep talking about it till you guys burn it into your brains. You see that? This is recovery zone. Remember that white line we talked about on AMC and on Carvana? That white line, that white 30 moving average. Once it broke out this 30 moving average, it has never gone back. And this is the daily chart. I probably could find it on the weekly too, just based upon how this thing has moved. But it just has not gone back ever since it crossed above it. So let's look at the weekly. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the case down there as well. All right, because again, once you see it, you see the way broadly, you will see it in everything. Again, if you want to look up the quote, Miyamoto Musashi. All right, he's a guy from way back in the day. But there is that recovery zone again on the weekly. All right, see that white line crossing above on that white line. Never came back down. Every time it tries to come, it just bounces and goes. So this is what we're dealing with AMC. I'm going to look at AMC one more time, just real quick, just to again confirm what we're talking about. See that white line? You see where AMC is. I'm going to get rid of these real quick. Oops. Just to hammer the point home. All right, hide the oh boy, hide the drawings. All right, hammer that point home. You see that white line? You see where we are on the weekly. I'm just gonna say, call it again. This should give you a little bit of at least a little bit of hope. Not hopium, but hope. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's go back to APP. All right, APP. And that's the weekly chart once again, guys. All right. So in terms of again APP, you're looking at the hey, what's happening, Braveheart? Welcome back, man. Appreciate you stopping in as always. One of the regulars up in here. But looking for this flat top breakout to happen on APP above $87, just around there. As long as the volume, which is stepping up on the weekly, continues to follow through, I think you have no problem, man. I think you can get a nice flat top breakout. 4 hour looks like a descending broadening wedge. Just based upon what I'm seeing here. Just again, I've looked at this stuff for so long that I don't even need to draw the lines anymore. All right, and that's exactly how it plays out for you once you start, diving into this stuff as well. All right, I can just see the structure and I know what you're dealing with. So we'll do it just for sake of conversation that we're here. All right, is this right here? Boom. Lower highs. There it is again. All right, you get this move. Bounce out the bottom trend line. This is a fake out of some sort, but you never really fully actually touch the bottom trend line. You got this move back up, break out to the upside, and then you're running. So this is what you're looking for against to get above $87. Once you get above $87, this thing can run probably to hit to try and test all-time highs again. Not new all-time highs, but can test recent all-time highs. So you're only a few dollars away. This thing is on its way. All right, so really not much fear on this stock in particular, because again, it is in that recovery. It's been in recovery mode for a while now. You're just waiting to break above here, man. $87, and that'll do it for you. You break $87 out of this pattern, and as I mentioned, at the end of a schematic, typically you'll get one of these types of patterns to play out, to fake you out of your position, to have you second guess. But you really need to confirm volume to double check to see if you'll actually break it. Once you get a break, you're looking for a push through, a retest, and then continuation. That's really all it is. All right. Appreciate all you guys once again being up in the stream. Congratulations on these plays today. Congratulations on this market squeeze. Congratulations you picked up more calls or puts or whatever on either direction. It's looking fantastic, guys. I totally get you, man. That's a lot of folks that are in here, and a lot of different communities also online on Twitter. A lot of folks are just stuck, but it's going to take a while, man. It's stuck in those plays, got a bunch of money wrapped up in these things, and just trying to make ends meet until it starts to turn around. But skies are getting clear, man. This takes a while for the clouds to blow away, man. Just got to give it a little time, and it'll get there. But hopefully you guys are able to pick up some of these plays along the way and add to your averages or whatever the case may be. Average down or whatever you got to do. Try not to lose faith. That's it. That's all I can say. It's hard enough. But you didn't come this far just to come this far. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go back to NVDA. NVIDIA is looking crazy, man. There's no way the market stays down. Just not going to happen. Excuse me. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, video looks crazy. INCC still going. I also just opened up in case anybody wants to jump in on that. We'd love to have you up in there, guys. Start catching some of these plays as well, so you can add to your averages. All right, average down. Because I'm telling you, man, these guys in here killing it, man. These guys in here killing it 5 days, 6 days straight, just making money every single day, man. I'd love to have you guys part of it. Do our trading in the morning. Check it out. Try it out for a little bit. See what's up. We're on there every morning before I get on the live stream. That's when I do before we get on. So we try to look at these plays, look at the market, see what's happening. Good information coming in. I really want you guys to be part of that. So check it out. Keep this thing going. In the meantime, so that's pinned to the chat here, guys. In the meantime, what else we got going on? How you doing, Pootie? A dog just popped in over here. You gotta get away from my wires, man. If you screw me up right now in the middle of my stream, I'm gonna be pissed. Just move away. Hold on 1 second, guys. Watch out. Watch out. Move. All right. Thank you. Good boy. Go, go, go. It's my dog, Miles. All right, all right. Go, 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 go. All right, you're in my way. I need to type. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. All right, where was I? I came and mess my concentration up. All right, let's take a look at AMD, because again, the sector is looking phenomenal. All right, so this is again one of the main drivers is going to carry along, at least help to carry along what's happening with INTC. All right, so J. Cole, your 21 calls or whoever had decided to pick those up should be all right with those, man. I don't really see much real reason to be afraid as long as this whole sector is just going nuts. Chewy as well. It's looking really good. Another one. Man, this just looks great, man. And lo and behold, look where the SPY is bouncing, guys. Check that out. All right, check that out. I mean, this is not witchcraft or nothing like that. See that line? I didn't move this line, right? It's been there for probably months. Look where it's bouncing. All right, look at this retest. I just drew that little line, a little retest line, right? I wasn't even looking at the SPY. Right, even if you caught entry here, this is a back test. All right, target 2 is on its way. This guy. Let's move him over. It's on its way. Even if you didn't enter, this is where you want to start watching your volume for follow through. But ultimately, you're heading to 554. I'm gonna say it again. That's where you're headed. So if you decided to get in, I'm just saying. Now, not financial advice, but hopefully you guys can see that I'm only trying to steer or put people in the right position, right? That's why I do what I do. That's why I talk the way I talk. And I understand that this is a psychologically tough sport to be involved in, but this is why we're here to try to support each other and hopefully to get us to the other side. Not unscathed, but definitely a little bit better for the wiser, right? Simple as that. All right, so here we go. But there's your bounce location. Just waiting for volume follow through. I would go into the 3-minute. Just to see when volume starts to pick up. I know we're heading into the lunchtime hours. You just really want to see whether or not this actually wants to hold together. Low volume is starting to come up, but that's a great location for continuation on this thing. I missed the entire melt up on the SPY because I was scared even when the substacks, where I was told 516 got one. Yeah. You know what? I call the top, right? You guys know that. I played from the top all the way down. However, I didn't play from the bottom up, which is another part of it. Was just part B of the move. So it happens, man. You can't catch everything. We knew it was going to 505. It all happened. I took my profits there. It's been a fantastic month, right? We all, in terms of my overall P&L, great month. All right, so I'm not mad. You can't catch everything. It's just too much out here. It's too much to follow. But all good. It's gonna more opportunities are gonna present themselves. They're out. It's out here. Opportunities every single day. Every single day. All right, they're gonna be out there. Just a matter of whether or not we can continue to watch this thing long enough for it to present itself and catch it. So this whole melt up, I would have bought at 507. I was still under the impression we'd probably see 505. Never happened. Right, but again, they say the market, people that are probably bearish are probably looking at the same thing, but they're getting squeezed right now, losing hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, right? While we're just sitting there chilling, playing the market for what it is, because we know that in a corrective phase on the market, you got to be fast. There's no way you can't stick to one mentality. You got to be willing to pivot, right? Quick, because that will be the difference between you making 100 grand and losing 100 grand. All right, this is how it is. So you did good on it. I know, I remember. That's fantastic, man. But again, the concept is this: you ain't gonna catch them all, but make sure your wins is bigger than your losses, man. That's it. If you're gonna lose one, make back 4. Simple as that. 4-to-1 ratio. 3-to-1 minimum. 4-to-1 ratio is ideal. You know what I'm saying? That's the concept. If you base it upon the win rate, right? 75%, 80% win rate is a great win rate. Then you add that to create a profit target win rate. All right, 4-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, risk reward. You're only risking one piece. Make back 3 or 4. On top of that one, you may potentially lose. All right, but count it all, chalk it up to the game. If you lose a little bit, chalk it up to the game, but don't stop playing the game. All right, charges to the game. That's what they say. But yeah, man, So good stuff, but it's all good, man. Either way. Either way. But we catching them, though. I'll tell you that. But, man, I definitely do regret not buying calls at 507, though. Long-term calls. We called the bottom. We called the top to the bottom. Like, exactly. Like, almost as exactly as possible months in advance. But then take advantage of the other way around. But again, you can make money in the market both ways. But you got to take advantage of them both ways. You can't just look at it. All right. It is what it is. Always opportunities. And I'm pretty sure it's not a lot of people. Again, not the best out here, not the best trader in the world. But I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people that were able to catch that. Or at least call the play that I was able to call. I mean, it's probably seldom, but all good. We'd be hard pressed to find that. However, I'm still humble enough to know that I'm still willing to learn more, and I'm constantly trying to push and learn more. And whatever I learn, I pass it on to the folks that want to be around. Simple as that. All right, positive insight. What's happening, my friend? We out here, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, but here goes your SPY move, guys. So if you didn't enter on some SPY calls, I'm just saying, I mean, we got the bounce off that 551.39. You know where target 2 is at. We're just waiting for volume follow through. And you guys know, if you guys have been paying attention, we talked about this yesterday in terms of what's happening with volume. What volume looks like every single day, it starts off weak in the morning, and then it gets hot in the afternoons. And it's been stepping up constantly. So again, volume analysis is important. So watching volume analysis here. All right, we watch the. It's funny. Get rid of the candles here for a second. I'm gonna get rid of everything. Just clear it out, just so we don't see anything at all. I can't do that. I want to keep the volume up at least. So I'm gonna hide this. Hide this. All right. So just looking at it from a volume perspective, just watching volume. You see how in the afternoons, starts off weak in the morning, sideways trades all day, and you get this pop at the end of the day. Weak in the morning, sideways trade all day volume-wise, and this pop at the end of the day. Same thing here, every single day. Now, what you want to notice is look how increasingly how much higher the buying volume is at the end of the day. It has stepped down slightly based upon the fears of a potential drop back downwards on the SPY. Right, because of more data coming out. But now we are in a spot where we're past some crazy levels. So somebody's going to capitulate, and I don't think it's going to be the bulls. All right, meaning that we have a potential short squeeze on the way. Well, we're already squeezing, technically speaking, on the entire market. So when I'm looking at this from a perspective of where we're heading, this is what I'm looking at. I'm watching volume, I'm watching the levels, and then we're just watching for the volume to pick up. It's going to pick up. It may not be as high as it was yesterday, or even probably prior to the day before that. However, some bears are going to start exiting their positions. And when they do, we will get a squeeze up, and we will touch 554, 555. All right, simple. I'm just giving you multiple different ways to look at it. We have a chart perspective. We have the volume perspective. We have the position perspective. We have all of it. We watch the lines, the breakouts, all of that. And then we're watching other stocks make crazy runs, especially the blue chips. The Magnificent Seven is the Magnificent Seven for a reason. All right. So that's it. It's really all there is to it. No way the SPY gets held down if you got NVDA breaking out, probably going to 130. It's just not going to happen. So it is what it is, guys. Just be in position. Still got these calls on the SPY. You also had the opportunity again off that level we called out earlier. It's looking fantastic, man. There's really not much else to say besides letting it run up. And here you go on the 5 minute. Let's look at a 5 minute perspective again. Volume. Got the bounce. Volume dried out. Look again. Volume is starting to recover. Pushing upwards on increasing volume. Right? Now, can it come down? It can. But right now, the situation that it's in with increasing volume is telling you that eventually it wants to continue to push up. That this is not where it's going to stop. You're dealing with psychological a hard number, 552. It's a hard number. So you will get some hesitancy around there. But ultimately speaking, as long as you hold this line, you probably push up. But we're going into lunchtime, so volume will start to dwindle. So you got to also pay attention to that. So again, it's all a matter of just risk reward right now. All right. Personally, I think we're going up. We don't have to, but you got to play your risk. Also have a scalper's mentality. If you're up 10, 20%, take 10, 20% off the table. If you have multiple contracts, take a little bit off the table. Or if you don't have a lot of contracts, close the position. Take the money, take the win, and move on to the next play. Or get out, get back in 100 times. Yesterday, I scalped the SPY like 3 times because we weren't sure. I scalped the downside move 3 times. Took 10 percenters, took a 5%, and took a 7 percenter. Right? Because again, I wasn't sure about the situation that we were in, if this was a real move or if it wasn't. But it was all off that morning play back here before I took a longer position on some other things. Right? But it was this move here. If we broke down, I got in puts here. They came up quite nicely, but it was a fake out. Buyer stepped in and ran all the way right back up. Again, we talk about overshoots. Overshot the downside, overshot the upside. Find homeostasis in here until we broke out, obviously, this morning. So the overshots happen. And you find like a homing place right in the area, in the middle. So this is what we're dealing with, guys. This is basically, we make it a little more difficult than it needs to be sometimes, but it really is kind of straightforward. And then once you get your emotions out of the situation, you kind of can, again, it's clockwork, man. It's clockwork. But I digress, guys. All right, let's see here. Appreciate you guys once again being up in the stream, hanging out, chilling for the day. Hopefully you guys are up on those ports. All right. Chewy is looking good. Chewy is looking good. That's another one. Chewy's looking good. Chewy's looking good. All right, let's see if we can get something else out of it. But GME is continuing to keep trucking and keep on trucking forward, which I like to see. Not concerned with GME at all. I wanted to, here is the level it's trying to break, which is the recent high from yesterday. 2270 right here. All right, this one here, 2273. You get that, we should get above that $23 market just a little bit. So we're watching GME as well get toward that level. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Eyes have not strayed at all. Just letting it do what it needs to do. All right. Listening to a podcast with my man Fat Joe on. Fat Joe has come a long way, bro. If anybody follows hip hop, Fat Joe come a long way. So is Snoop Dogg. These guys have come a long way, man, from what I remember. These guys, you did not want to be, hanging out with these guys, shoulder to shoulder with these guys back in the day, But these guys have come a long way. To hear them talking and doing the things they're doing, it's a beautiful sign of growth, man. And I just heard him talk. He talked about the whole beef with Kendrick and J. Cole, J. Cole the rapper. That whole situation. It was interesting to have that conversation about it. But anybody want to check that out? It's a podcast that he did just recently, I think, with Jay Shetty. Anybody familiar with Jay Shetty? Pretty cool though. He got a good book out too, which is pretty good. If anybody wants to pick up Fat Joe's book, or if you're interested in it, good stuff. Yeah, but these guys came a long way in terms of where they were, mentally. I mean, Fat Joe used to go around beating people up, man. Seriously. I mean, there's stories upon stories, beyond stories. Hear him talking about healthcare reform. It's just crazy. They're in their 50s now, but just the growth of life, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he's he went through it, man. He went through it. He just he's got that old school mentality, right? He's got that old he took the whole hood with him, right? He took everybody that was coming up. He felt responsible for all of them. So he used to spend the money. I get it, because I've been in that situation, not in that situation exactly. Don't get me misconstrued, but you just want to take everybody with you, right? He had to, because he felt like he owed them their life, So I mean, again, it's an interesting story, man. I'm not even gonna talk about him like that. You probably want to check his thing out, but it's just interesting to see where they came from to where they at now. You know what I mean? from a man standpoint versus like, you know, just talking about the hip hop thing. So that's where I'm really coming from with it. But yeah, he did go through a lot of stuff, man, to go through all of that. It's not he took his eyes off of his stuff, you know. He just kept working and taking care of the whole hood. But you know, you can't do that all the time. You got to really pay attention to what's in front of you. You show the way, but you know, pay attention. But yeah, it was interesting stuff, man. So there goes GME. I'm just watching GME's chart real quick in the meanwhile. And still holding Microsoft, still holding SPY calls. Yeah, 50. Yeah, they were at I think they were the game together. At the, was it Knicks game or something like that? Not too long ago. All right, sitting side by side. These guys were ready to kill each other at one point. If anybody remembers that beat from early mid 2000s. All right, now they just, you know, they peace now. You know, they come a long way. So it's interesting to see, you know. So this song, when I hearing this song, reminded me of that conversation I listened to. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's again to see you know the transformation. These guys are OGs, man. Early 90s. You know, FloJo came out 92, 93. All right. Same thing with Snoop. Snoop over here is the freaking, you know, staple of the damn Olympics out here, carrying the torch. I'm like, yo, things have changed so much, man. You know. I remember clearly watching him on the stage yelling at the you know, saying that he didn't that the West Coast had the East Coast had no love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and all of that. I remember watching the Source Awards, '95. Like it's not, you know what I mean, to see that, to see the changes, man. It's crazy. So just wanted to say that if anybody hears that, you know what I'm saying. Again, just chatting and chilling, man. That's what we do. Not just the charts all the time. It's real life stuff too. Right? But these guys have come a long way, man. All of them. All right, let's see here. SPY's just kind of chilling. Let's see what we got. All right, so it's going to be low volume right now. Low volume part of the day. Not really much happening when it goes to lunch. You probably won't see real movement start to happen until we get closer into, you know, 1:45, 1 o'clock, 2:45, then power hour. All right, let's see. You know, so this, because of the low volume, you'll probably get a little bit of a trickle move, kind of like this. Got this retest, tried to bounce back up. You might hold support again, and then you might get a descending triangle of some sort like this to bounce down. Buyers probably step right back in, buy it right back up, and then you get another move up to the upside. So in my opinion, this is all going up. I still don't see any kind of gap fill or anything like that people might be watching for. I mean, anything can change at any point. We don't know. However, at this particular point, all right, I'm still watching for, you know, this to actually wind up going up at some point, especially if it can hold above this level here at 551.39, or at least get a fake out. So you probably see kind of tweezer bottom or something like that, a little inverse head and shoulder situation, and then go. But ultimately going down, like back to go fill a gap, I don't see that happening. Not until you touch about 554. So some bears are going to start closing their positions, and you will squeeze. I mean, you're already squeezing, but the squeeze ain't done yet. The squeeze is going to keep squeezing, in my opinion. Now, you want to set your stop losses, all right? Don't get me misconstrued. Set your stop losses. Move them up. Ratchet them up. All right? So you're constantly putting, you know, money in your pockets. Don't get hit by a wicked candle like we've seen in the last couple of days, where you get this crazy downside push and then you're stuck in a situation. You don't want that, because out of nowhere you get this downward candle. You're gonna be pissed. You'll be like, "Oh, Will didn't tell me." Nah, all right. I'm telling you now, just in case. Keep ratcheting up your stop losses. All right, and just keep basically locking it in. 10%, 20%. Let your runners do the running. Let the runners run. But in the meantime, just keep your eyes on the prize, right? I'm looking at this man up here. It's the dude I want to get to. So I'm watching my positions. That's why you might get quiet for a second, because that's what I'm looking at. My eyes all over the place. I'm up here watching these charts. I'm all over the place with it. However, don't get it misconstrued. I'm very focused at the same time. All right, so this is where we're at. Either way, appreciate you guys again, man. All right, keep saying that. Respect is out here for all of y'all. All right, so here's 552 on SPY. Microsoft still hovering right back around. Now we got this set up here. This 100 never gave up. Even though it looked bleak for a little while, for a couple different times, the 100 never gave up. So ultimately, so instead of having that rising wedge, what has actually happened is we created a support line. And you got this wedge happening. This 100 on the 5 minute, once, twice, 3, 4 times tested. And looking for another breakout to the upside. So Microsoft is still looking like a play. The 45-minute platinum cross is still in effect. I should have probably DCA'd. I stopped looking at the chart because I was looking at other stuff. Even though I was still green. There it is again. Adam and Eve. Here's your resistance line. Here's your, everything says this is going to go up. All right, it's going to happen. It's going to take a minute. This is the 5 minute, obviously, so this is not a long time frame. But you are dealing with major resistances, so you can't expect it all to happen at one time because look what you're dealing with. You got a 1 hour creek line that's just here blocking you. So don't expect it to run like crazy until you get above that line. And said this is sitting here at $20, $420 and 82 cents. So let me mark that off to be clear. 420.80 actually. 420.80. All right. So 420.80. Visual confirmation of that. And then from there, once you break above 420.80 cleanly, this thing is going to 422, 424. All right. You guys can record that, what I just said. Put it on your Instagrams. Put it on the Twitters. And then from there, come back and check me. All right. Remember that. But I already got the platinum cross up on the 45 minutes. This is all I need to see. This is what I need to see. It's happening pre-market. Once I saw that, that gave me the confidence to go and take this play to the upside. I believe 422, 424 possible. All right. If anybody wants to learn that, hit the link in the description or in the pin. All right. Check out the Discord for a little bit, and you can learn all of that immediately. All right. If you want to. But we'd love to have you up in there. Hopefully, you guys decide to check that out because we're doing some things up in there. All right. Let's see here. But on that note, I'm going to get rolling to the next thing. It is now about 12 o'clock. It's going to be a low volume part of the day on the market in general, so things can get a little funky here. Going to get on to the next thing and start moving on. Been sitting here streaming since what? 9 o'clock. So we got 3 hours in. Not bad, not bad. Great plays. Great day today overall. All right. That's not bad when you can make, several $100, G, even close to a G in a day. Not bad at all. All right. You just kind of keep it rolling. And that's how you do it. All right. I wish I'd have bought more contracts on Microsoft, but it happens sometimes like that. I'm still watching it. I might even buy some more. But the SPY will do the rest for me, in my opinion. I still got SPY calls on this case. Those calls are still looking beautiful. All right. And then you roll like that. Hopefully everybody's doing well on this as well, but I'm going to get running to the next thing. I appreciate all you guys being up in the stream once again, as usual. And we're back here as we do so well every day, roughly between 10 and 12 East Coast. All right, we're going to do that again tomorrow, which is Friday. Call them Freedom Friday or Free Money Fridays. Maybe throw some plays out in particular. All right. And we're going to do it like that. All right. So once again, this is Will. You guys know me. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button. Join me on the way up. I'm going to be here each and every day, growing our portfolios together and making the outcome income. It's your boy Way Up Will, a.k.a. Chart Picasso. All right. This is how we're going to do this. I appreciate all you guys being up in here. Zombie Cow, what's happening? My man Pablo, appreciate you again. All right. Emmanuel, Eric, J. Cole, you guys already know. Pablo, Assad, thank you for joining in on the stream. Hopefully catch you on the next couple ones coming down the pike. Oren, Muhammad, yes sir, welcome. All right, Jack, Bang. All right, my man Wade. All right, all you guys up in here. I think I got everybody mentioned. Love God. Okay, I see you up in here. Appreciate you again. My man Braveheart here all the time. Positive insights in the building. All right. Cashed out. My man J. Cole cashed out 34%. Let's go. Stack the wins. Yes, sir. Good stuff. INTC still pushing, bro. INTC, look at that breakout, man. There it is. There's the breakout. Congratulations, J. Cole. And anybody else who caught me say that, you had just banked. All right, hopefully you got in on it. All right, there it is. Money made today. That's what I'm talking about. J. Cole, Pablo. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys all the time, man. Thank you for stopping and hanging out as usual, as we do so well every day. We'll be back here tomorrow between 10 and 12 for free money, free Friday situation. All right, make sure you guys check out that link. Hopefully you can join us in the Way Up Trading Discord and get the details on how we do this thing every single day, live with me trading in the morning, and then from there taking those positions. All right, so check out the link. It's pinned in the description here, and we'll love to see you guys up in there. All right, be back tomorrow. Take it easy. Follow me on Twitter. Let's keep the conversation going there. Catch you guys later. Peace.